For this lesson, we're going to take quadratic equations and make sure that they are in standard form for level 1. So it's important to talk a little bit about what standard form is. And the main thing with standard form, the importance of it, is the order. So we're going to have our x squared term first, followed by our piece, our term that has just an x on it, and then we're going to have our c, just a number, no x's on it, a constant, set equal to 0. So for our first example, we have to write the quadratic equation in standard form, and what we're given is negative 4x squared plus x plus 24, and right now it's set equal to 4. When we look at what our standard form is supposed to be, we just talked about how it's supposed to be set equal to 0. Our x squared piece is first, and then our x piece, and then our positive 24. So our order of everything is correct. We just need to make sure that this equals 4 gets over to the left side of our equal sign. So I'm going to draw my line right here to keep my different sides organized. If I want to get 4 to the other side, we have to do the opposite. So since 4 is positive, I want to subtract 4 from both sides. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side also. So I want to subtract 4 from this side, but it's important where you're putting it on this side. You want to be combining like terms, so we're not going to put it underneath the x squared. X squared and just a constant are not like terms. Same thing with the x. An x and a constant number are not like terms again. So we're going to put it underneath the other thing that's just a number. So we're going to subtract 4 right underneath the 24. On the right side right here, I have 4 minus 4, my 0 pair that cancels out. So now my equation is set equal to 0. Now on the left side, I want to combine my like terms. So I have 24 minus 4, which will give me my positive 20. I still have to bring down the other pieces that I haven't touched yet. So I'm going to bring down my minus 4x squared, followed by my plus x. And then I need to make sure that my plus 20 equals 0 is on the very end of it. The important thing to note when you're typing your answer into Delta Math is that you want to make sure that you include that equals 0 part, so that you have your entire x squared piece listed first, then x, then my constant term, and having it set equal to 0. For my second example, we have to set it into standard form again, and what I'm given is negative 2x squared minus 8x plus 10, and it's set equal to negative 5x squared. Looking at what standard form is, I have the correct order again with x squared first, then my x term, then my constant, but I want to make sure that this negative 5x squared gets to the left side of my equation. So I'm going to draw my line down again to keep things organized. If I have a negative 5x squared on the right, I want to do the opposite to get it to the other side. So the opposite of a negative is adding 5x squared. And whatever we do to the one side, we want to do to the other side. So if I'm looking at my different pieces, this piece is an x squared term. I want to make sure to place it under the other x squared term. So I'm going to put it right underneath my negative 2x squared. Looking at what I have on the left, I have my 0 pair, negative 5x squared plus 5x. Our opposites, they add up to 0. So we have what our goal was, setting it equal to 0. Now I'm going to combine my like terms on the left and write everything in order. So I have negative 2x squared plus a positive 5x squared. I can combine those to give me 3x squared. Now I want to bring down everything I haven't touched yet. So minus 8x plus 10. And we can confirm that x squared is first, then my x term, then my constant is set equal to 0. So you can go ahead and type that entire thing into your answer. And then our final example, we are given x squared plus 3x equals 8. We know that we have to set this equal to 0, so we're going to get the 8 to the other side. So I'm going to draw my line to keep things organized. If this is a positive 8, to get it to the other side, I want to do the opposite, so I want to subtract. But it's a little bit different than the other ones, because when we look at what we have on the left, I have an x squared plus a 3x, and then nothing else. I only have x terms on the left, and I am trying to get a constant to the left. So there's nothing that I can combine like terms with, so I'm going to just put minus 8 on the very end to keep things in the x squared, then my x, and then my number piece. So when you look at this, 8 minus 8 cancels out to give me 0. I'm going to write all of these in the correct order. So I have my x squared, and then my positive 3x, and I'm going to put negative 8 on the very end so that I did not combine it with something that's not a like term with. And we can double check that it's in our x squared first, then our x, then our constant. Is that equal to 0? So we're able to type it in as our final answer.